We are celebrating today. We have reached a big milestone of 1,000 subscribers, so thank you everybody who's gotten us here, and we're going to do another video celebrating that. It's going to be a little bit of a secret, we'll tell you about it later. But we need cake. We're going to celebrate with some cake, and since we are a dairy, we're making cheesecake. Now, it wouldn't be cheesecake without a graham cracker crust. You can skip this part if you want, but let's face it, that's my favorite part of the whole cheesecake. So, to do this, really easy, we're gonna get 2 packages of graham crackers and grind them up into a powder. That, add 1/3 cup of sugar and 6 tablespoons of melted butter, and then stir that up until it's all mixed together. All right, we got a couple chunks in here, that'll be all right. Put the butter in. Okay, and then we're going to put that in a springform pan. Okay, these springform pans have a bottom that's separate from the top, and I went ahead and cut a piece of parchment paper to put over the base. And I've learned the hard way to always keep this on some kind of a tray. The first time I made cheesecake, I carried the tray out to the garage to cool. I was going to put it in the garage refrigerator because that's where I had plenty of room, and the bottom fell out and the whole cake landed on the garage floor. We ate it anyway. All right, so we're going to need for this a deep enough pan, so I got my trusty draining pan out here because we're going to have to put water in this at some point. But right now we're just going to bake our crust. So put all that into the pan and then start smushing it down and up the edges. I've got the oven preheating to 375 375 degrees. And that's what you hear, the fan in the background. And once I get this all smashed, we're going to put this in there for about 10 minutes to bake. For the cake itself, you're going to need 1.5 pounds of goat cheese, and I used my homemade chev. I had some that I'd already drained and formed into the logs, and then some that I made last night that hasn't been draining quite as long. But I didn't have quite enough of the older, so we have that. And we're gonna need 6 eggs separated. Look how pretty these are. My hens are doing such a good job. I wish we could do like one of those videos where they go like this and then the eggs are separated. So maybe we can do that magic of film. Ooh, excellent. Now we're gonna take our eggs. We want the egg yolks, save the whites for later, and put them in your mixer with about 1 cup of sugar. It calls for a full cup. I don't like my sweets quite as sweet, so I've got a scant cup. We're gonna mix that up until it's a pale yellow color and really smooth. We're gonna make lemon cheesecake. Did you see the color of those yolks? The cheesecake's gonna come out an orange color, yellow color anyway, and how disappointing would you be to have like a yellow cheesecake and then have a bite and it's not lemon? So we're making lemon. We need the zest of 2 of these, and we need 1/4 cup of lemon juice. I'm gonna do my magic again. I lied to you a little bit. It called for 1/4 cup of lemon juice if we're going to do the lemon topper. I think we'll do raspberry topper, so we only need a tablespoon of the lemon juice. We don't need all of that. But we do need our zest. We're going to throw that in there. And can you see down in that pot? Let's get a different angle. All right, now it's time to add the goat cheese, about 1 cup at a time, and work it in until it's fluffy. Once we have that all nice and smooth and fluffy, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 3 tablespoons all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of light rum, Just adds flavor, optional. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And beat that all up. As if things aren't fluffy enough, we're gonna beat these egg whites up into stiff peaks using another mixer. And then we'll add a pinch of salt and a couple tablespoons of sugar to it. Okay, now gently fold this in half at a time. We don't want to break all those bubbles up. So I'm not going to do it with the mixer, I'm just going to do that by hand. Okay, this is kind of the tricky part of this. We are going to fill this pan with water till it's about 1 inch up the side here, but since we're using a springform pan, the water will leak in. I've got heavy-duty aluminum foil. And what I'm going to do is wrap the pan with it both ways so that the water can't get up into the pan and get our crust and everything all soggy, because that would be no fun. All right, I think it's safe from the water now. Let's put our filling in. Okay, I'm just going to use hot tap water to put this in till it's about like I said, about 1 inch up the side of the pan. Maybe a little more. Okay, now cover the entire thing with aluminum foil, and we're going to put this in the middle rack of the oven at 325 degrees, covered. The recipe says like 30 to 40 minutes. I know for a fact that this thing takes over an hour. So we're going to set it for 45 minutes, check it, decide if we want to take the foil off at that point, brown the top, see how set up we are. Just be prepared for it to bake a long time. Let's see what's going on in here. It's been 45 minutes. And I just want to see if this is mostly set up. It'll set up the rest of the way once we take the foil off, but we don't want it to brown on the top, obviously. Ooh, hot. It's a little jiggly in the middle still, but I think it's good to take the foil off. I wish I'd taken this top rack out of here. You see it's a little jiggly in the middle, so I'm going to do this for about another 15-20 minutes, just until that sets up all the way through. Okay, this is almost completely set now. If you see, if I jiggle it, it doesn't really jiggle. So I'm going to let it set up in this pan for a few minutes before I mess with it. Then I'm going to take it out of the outside pan. I'm going to leave it in this pan to cool down a little bit more. Then I'm going to put it in the refrigerator to cool down, and then we'll take it out and we'll do the I think we're going to do the raspberry topping on it. This has come out of the refrigerator now, chilling out. I'm going to take it out of the springform pan and put some of this raspberry stuff on top. I got this raspberry preserves. It's a product of Spain with 56% fruit pieces. So I heated this up till it's nice and liquid, and we're going to use that as a sauce over the top of our cheesecake. So, I'm going to take my knife and loosen around the edges. In retrospect, I probably should have sprayed this. unhook us and hope for the best. Notice I didn't put that in the sink. I want to eat all the little pieces that stuck to the side of it. All right, now down under all this aluminum foil somewhere, we have the base. And it's on that piece of parchment. So it should just slide off of here. Or we might just leave it on the base of this and call that good enough. All right. Cracked a little bit on this side. I think it'll be all right. And once this fruit gets chilled again, all the pectin will set back up and make it like a glaze on the top. I don't know if it's going to make it that long to set back up. I've got my teenagers standing over here like vultures waiting for a piece. So we might have to have it with some hot glaze. And voila, goat cheese cheesecake. And it's done. Now I gotta save this piece for myself. Beat these boys off of it. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna post the full recipe for this down into the description. Please take the time to subscribe so we can hit another one of our milestones and share this video. Thank you.